everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So I was just kind of doing a little bit of fussy cutting and I thought I would turn on my camera. I just got home from a really lovely late afternoon kind of day. Went for a nice beautiful walk in one of our local graveyards, and where I typically walk with my kiddos because it's a safe place to have them fenced in and very low attendance in places like that. So today is our official kind of first day of like a 4-phase kind of plan to slowly open up the province to be able to like do some things, because our cases of the coronavirus have gone down to around 600 a day across the entire province, which is down from over, I think, 3,000 before we did our sort of 8-week long kind of semi-lockdown. So it is getting a little bit better because vaccination rates have gone up. I've been able to book my second dose. Hopefully. It was very confusing. The way to try to book it is like extremely poorly managed online. So yeah, we'll see if it happens, because it was very confusing. There's sort of like mixed messages about who's eligible and who's not, so I will just see. But I do think, regardless of how it pans out with this booking, that if it's not like, if I can't get it done by the time I've got it booked, which is the end of next week, if not, I think it'll be shortly thereafter. So I'm not too concerned. There's sort of like a portal that I have to log into to like book it. So yeah, it was a little weird. It wouldn't let me book the same location I went to the last time. And so yeah, I have to just kind of bear with the process, you know, just bear with the process. But anyhow, I'm getting on a tangent. So today was the first day that retail stores that are non-essential were allowed to open to a 15% capacity. So I didn't want to do a whole lot of shopping, like I still don't, because I think everybody is going to be feeling a little bit like, you know, kind of like cottage fever when it comes to like being able to get it and do things. So I think everybody's going to be shopping that has that urge. So I'm okay to wait it out. Like, I don't need to do a whole lot. I actually don't really need a whole lot of things. All I really wanted to do was just get some Fabri-Tac from Michael's, because I have been almost out of Fabri-Tac and I've been wanting to get a new bottle. So I picked up a couple of bottles of that. And so I wanted to try to hurry, because, you know, there's people waiting in line to get in the store. And so I didn't want to be like one of those nuisance kind of people who takes forever to get out of the store. So I just kind of hustled along. But I did get a little haul that I'll share with you about what I got. So yeah, I'm just cutting these dolls, these little paper people out. I last night had to go into my office to do some, to drop off some things for other people and whatnot. And I went in after hours, and I just did a little bit of printing while I was there. I found this really cool shop on Etsy called 11/9 Digital Designs, and I accidentally printed these back and front. I didn't intend to. I will reprint them again, but they have lots of really nice, like, you know, like the Tim Holtz kind of paper dolls. So I printed out some of those, and I've been fussy cutting away. I did a bunch of printing. I'm like, well, I didn't do a bunch. I mean, I did like a little bit of printing. I didn't have a whole lot of time. So I also made this today because I need another ephemera folio. And sorry, this book's a little big to fit in this this camera, but that's fine. So I wanted to make another ephemera folio, and I really want to use these great big but very skinny spine books, because they're really perfect for, like, you know, using. They're so cute, and like I was like, I don't want to get rid of it. I've already, you know, kind of gutted the book and used the inside. But here's what I did. So if you want to make a simple, very simple ephemera folio that doesn't take you forever, and it's not flimsy at all, I definitely would recommend doing the same thing I've done, especially if you don't care if it's like fancy schmancy. I mean, to me, this is quite lovely, to be honest. So what I did is I just took this large Richard Scarry book, that was left over from me making ephemera for my Richard Scarry themed journals. And then I took some photo album inserts that, you know, I just bought a photo album that had these pages of photo inserts, and I just cut them out. They come in 4 sections of this. And then I knew I had enough width for one, you know, 1 by 2. So I was like, I want to use this space up. What do I do? So I cut them in half and I stitched down one side. So these 2 sides are sealed and the bottom is sealed. So these are all ephemera kind of pockets. And so I have enough room with this big book for 2 of the large ones here and then 2 of the half. And it's the same on the other side. So you'll see here, let me just make sure I'm in camera right there. I've started to put the paper dolls in here, and I think that's what I want to use this particular one for. Maybe I can organize them by, like, you know, girls, boys, men, women, animals, you know, whatever, right? And I can kind of maybe Halloween or whatever, different kinds of themes. So yeah, it's a really easy way. And what I did was I just reinforced the spine with some regular, this is like jelly printing kind of paper that was left over from cuts. I just used art glitter glue and just kind of reinforced the spine a bit. And now I've got this great big ephemera folio holder, and I won't have to worry so much about like stuff like this coming out the top. It's a lot more like I found this, I saw this particular folio on a couple of different channels that people were using scrapbook paper to make this kind of a folio, and I think I shared how I did this in another video, I can't remember. And like, it's great, it holds a lot of stuff, but I think I have a few complaints. One, I'd like a less flimsy cover, and 2, it's like everything can fall out the top, and I don't like that. So I have to be very careful when I'm grabbing it. But ever since I moved the studio around a bit, I have this like shelving up above, like where you can see, and I can keep things like this big folio up there, and they're easily in my reach. So that's what I did today. I also made a little bit of ephemera I can share with you. If I can grab it over here. This, and I think that's all of it. Yeah, I think you probably saw everything else. So I also found a really cute shop on Etsy that I made these tags from, and it is called Sweet Pea Curiosities, and this is from a journaling kit actually, and it's called Whimsical. And it's really cute. You get like some digital collage pages, and then you get tags, you get some pockets, and you get like just some really nice images. So yeah, I'm really stoked about having those. I think they'll be really good in my summer traveler's notebooks, the flea market style kind of. They go with that theme. Then I made this. I'm still working on this big pile back here that you can probably see. I'm still getting through it, and I made that. And that was fun. And then I just made this. This is from a book page, The Handyman Gardener, Water Garden Features. I love this color, this chartreuse and aqua together. So I just made a little journal card out of that. So that's what I did this morning. Just did a little bit of stuff, you know, off camera. So now I'll share with you my little haul. I ended up just kind of getting something for everyone in my family. So I got my, the first thing I went for were my 2 bottles of Fabri-Tac. So I got them. I'm happy. I'm good to go again. And I got some slime, like sparkly slime for my daughter. She really has been loving playing with that kind of thing, so I got that for her. And I got some fabric for my husband. And then I checked out the clearance. So they had these tags. These are chipboard tags. And they were $6.99 and they were on sale for $2. So it's a pack of 9. And I thought they'd be good because like they're chipboard. So with traveler's notebooks, I typically put like a pocket on the outside. And I thought these would be a nice nice to add into some of them, because like it's nice to put something in that pocket, but it might be even better to have it be quite rigid and you know, like it can stand up to being on the outside of the journal. So there was that. And then I saw this. So I'm familiar with the Tim Holtz like mini craft stapler, but I've never seen it here. And the weirdest thing, like in Canada, I've noticed like Michaels has stopped carrying a ton of Ranger products, including like Tim Holtz Distress Ink and Distress Oxide, any of his like Ephemera, like they cleared it out. And like, I don't know why, it's very weird. They still have his alcohol inks, but that's about it. And now like there's just so much like Cricut or Cry-Cut stuff, which I'm not really, I'm not into that. I haven't really been, I don't have a reason to have it really. I just don't. So I saw this and I was like, oh yay, these are little mini staples and a little mini stapler. And I think sometimes that could kind of be cute and come in handy, like making ephemera, to be able to just kind of staple something on the top. And then this is kind of like absolutely an unnecessary purchase that I made that is in that, like, well, both of these are in that, like, you know, inexpensive things section of Michaels as you're trying to check out. But I thought it was such a cute little kit. It's a 9-piece little kit, okay? And it's got some little aqua paper clips. And it's got a little tiny aqua tape dispenser. Like, how many uses will you get of this? It's so silly, but it's like a little travel kit, right? Like, very cute. But I really why I got it is this teeny bitty boo, this little staple remover. So I thought it would go great with this because they're little staples. So it's this little bitty one. And it's got these little teeny weeny scissors, very cute. And it comes with some little mini staples like these ones, because it also, there's another little stapler in here. Now this one, you know, I was like, well, there's a stapler in this. Why am I getting that? But this to me just kind of looks like it might not live very long. Like I don't have a lot of faith in such an inexpensive little thing. But you get an extra little tape roll for your little baby here that you'll probably get to use like 5 times before you're out of all the stuff for it. And then this, what is this? Is this a pencil? It's a little pencil sharpener can. Oh my goodness. These are so cute. I'm just, you know, I'm a magpie when it comes to this color. It's just, I don't know what's wrong with me. Then there was a lot of paint on clearance. I actually took a bunch out of my basket. I had a whole bunch more that I don't need. I'm like, I don't need you. So these were $7.49 on clearance for $3. I just got this one. It's a multi-service confetti glitter acrylic craft paint from Martha Stewart, I think. Is this a Martha Stewart one? Floral Parade. Oh no, hold on. Yeah, it is Martha Stewart. Okay, yeah. So it's like a nice oops, it's not open. So of course it's not open. How can I show it to you without having to open it? I got it just because I've been liking having a bit of glitter. It's got like little different shaped gold kind of pieces in it. I don't know if you can see them, but that's what it is. Then I found these actually too on clearance. They were $20 down to $5. Mixed media from Pebeo, a discovery set. And they look really interesting. Fantasy Moon, Fantasy Prism, Buttercup, Turquoise, Fantasy Prism, Caribbean Blue, Vitriol Crimson, Vitriol Lemon, Ceramic Black. And they had a bunch of different like kits like this, like these sets. The rest of them were $10 and I'm not really familiar with them, so I thought I'll buy the $5 one and I'll see how I like it, and then if I like it maybe I'll get a few more of like the different ones. But they are they need to really be like mixed up and shaken, I think. Apply with a dropper, a brush, or from the bottle. Air dry, depending on the thickness of application, between 6 hours to the touch, 72 hours to the core. To dry, clean brushes with odorless mineral spirits. So they're kind of like oil paint, I guess. They look like they really like separate. So they're going to really need like a good, you know, shake. yeah, so I will play with those. I've got like a little tub of these kinds of products that I like to kind of do some mixed media and play with from time to time. So I thought, why not? Then I found this nice like paper pack, and it's called Spellbound Forest, and these are like inexpensive paper packs that Michaels carries, and they're actually nice weight paper. They're like a kind of like a light cardstock kind of, but I liked it because it is sort of like magical themes, and I think, you know, I do design teamwork for Release the Crafted, and sometimes I need like a little extra something, and I think this could be that extra something sometimes. Like, and honestly, this page really drew me in. It's always these like gold gilded pages that, like, you know, I may hate like 90% of the book, but I'll still get it because I love these gilded pages. So you get like 2 of each, and I thought it was actually quite nice. There's some old books, and it falls into a lot of the themes that I do for my design teamwork. And yeah, so I'm not really into those little cards and things, but I do like the pages here. A lot of celestial type stuff, which is nice. I like this page a lot. It feels very like apothecary, almost like a Tim Holtz feeling to it. Some stars, some moths. That's just pretty. It's like the gilded one, but without the golden. More little gold stars and stuff. A forest, some reds. Again, there's some mushrooms. I don't really use these a whole lot. Sometimes I do. Like this one I would probably, some of them I'd probably collage a little bit over because I'm not really into a lot of sentiments. Like, I don't know. It's just not my thing. And then they give you these like strips, more moths, and then just some nice wood with mushrooms and stuff. So yeah, it's actually it's like a really nice little paper pack. Yeah. I always have to stop myself though. It's so easy to buy paper pads. Oh. And then this is kind of like a family purchase. So this is just a bunch of great big paintbrushes. They're like, you know, they're not fancy in any way at all. They're like the Craft Smart kind of Michaels brand. But my daughter, we were doing this activity this week called like pick a brush or something. So it was about experimenting with all different sizes of brushes. And then I came to the realization that I just don't have a lot of large brushes that would be good for using with kids. And also for like, sometimes when you're like dusting glitter off something, or you're trying to get little bits off of like a page, you just need a very not sticky kind of surface. I thought it would be great to have these, so we have some big brushes now. Then I got 2 packs of these. So if you have a Michaels near you, in the kids section, they have these paper packs. These are medium weight watercolor pads by Creatology. These are $6 for 40 sheets, and they're a great weight. And what I get them for is botanical printing. Or watercolor. They're actually really great. Like, I'm really surprised by the quality of them for the price. They're really great. So I got 2 of those because it's going to be botanical printing time soon. And I actually, I'm taking part in something pretty exciting. I gave myself kind of a bit of a gift. So I think I've shared before some of my monochromatic printing that I learned from the queen of botanical printing and stuff, Irit Dolman. So she's coming out with a new workshop that is kind of like the full palette of botanical printing. And I mean, I've done a lot of botanical printing, but there's just something about Irit Dolman and her style, her technique, and just who she is. I love her as a person. She's just a really quirky, fun, like, nice person. And so I'm taking her workshop. It starts on June the 15th. You can see, like, you can check it out on iritdulman.com, iritdulman.com, in case I forget to link it, which I possibly will because this is a random video. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. So there's going to be lots of beautiful fabric coming my way soon. Then, speaking of fabric, so Michaels is selling now a bit of fabric, which is kind of nice. I just thought these were kind of cute, these little like charm packs. I got these actually for my husband. They're from Loops and Threads. They're 18 by 21 inches, and you get 5 pieces in a pack. They were marked down to $5 from $15, so I was like, okay, sure, why not? And I got them for him to, so his Father's Day gift this year, and we've given it to him early just because it it arrived when I was still recovering, like in my bed after my appendix removal, and so I couldn't hide it from him because it got delivered to the door and it's not in a package, and so it wasn't a secret. But he's very happy. I got him a sewing machine. Did I mention that or no? I don't think I even said this at the beginning. Sorry if that was confusing, but I got him a sewing machine for Father's Day, and because he's really been wanting to make like shirts for himself and also to sew for the kids, and so it's like, okay, yeah, that's great. So I thought he could just practice and play with these, maybe make like a little quilt. And they're so cute. Like they're kind of like a farmhouse like theme, and I just thought they were kind of fun. Like they're, you know, rustic and like, you know, kind of cool, nice darker colors. And so I thought he could make a little quilt with those. That would be really fun and kind of a good practice for him, because we're working on the way I'm going to teach him to kind of like sew his own shirt is a little reminiscent of how I learned to sew for myself without always being dependent on a pattern. So essentially you can get a piece of clothing that you really like the fit of, and you know, you can get it at a thrift store. So that's what we plan to do, to find a shirt at a thrift store that he really likes the fit of, but not necessarily the color or the pattern, whatever. Then we're going to take it home, deconstruct it, you know, seam rip the whole thing, and then use it to cut your pattern template. And from there, you can construct your clothing that way. So that's what we're going to do to build the shirt pattern for him. You can also use like a body, like you can make your own bust out of like stuffing newspaper and wrapping it all in duct tape and like forming it to your measurements after you've done a really good body measurement. There's probably videos on YouTube on how to do that. I took a couple of workshops on how to do that. And it's pretty effective too, but I've honestly gone the route now. Most of my sewing I do like from drafted patterns that I make myself, or that I purchase online from, you know, pattern designers. So that's my whole haul. That's the whole Michaels haul for now. And I am excited to have these things, and now I gotta put them all away and figure that all out. But yeah, that was a lot of fun to just kind of get to go shopping a bit. But anyhow, what do we want to do now? What should I do? I will clean up the studio after I do some work, but I think I'm going to just continue making a bit of ephemera. So if you want to hang out with me, we can do that. Because I've still got quite a bit of time to use up here. I don't have to rush off to anything. The work week is finally complete, and I am still tackling this massive humongous pile of book pages and such that I've set aside. So I also managed, I don't know if you noticed, but there's no shadows. I managed to figure out where the light source was missing in my studio so that I could have better lighting, and I figured that all out. So this page, I think I want to take just this image. I like this text on the back. That could be good for my scrap bin though, for collaging. Now, yeah, I think I'll take this image. This would be nice. This is from a Canadian art magazine. I bought a bunch of them at like an estate auction ages ago. I've gone through most of them. I have probably another stack to go through still to take pictures out of. Whoops. There we go. Oh, and then I should show you my I'm really excited about this like scrap lip bin I'm making. Like, look at all these fun little things for collaging. This is totally like a game changer. It's so fun. Then this, I think, yeah, I'll just maybe tear away some of this that we don't care about. That could just be kind of good scrap for making ephemera. But I'm not using those scraps right now. I'm trying to just get through this pile because, oh goodness, too much stuff. Too much stuff. Speaking of too much stuff, I need to sort out where I want to keep this. Maybe what I'll do actually, so I'll just open this now. And then I can like figure out how to load staples into it. Ooh, the pressure of doing this live on camera. Okay, so this just comes out, I think, and then we get a little bit of these little bitty staple friends. Not all of them, just one. There we go. And I'm guessing, is this one of those things where like you can only use half at once? Because that's going to be annoying. Or did they go up here maybe? No, I do think they probably go in here. Let's break this. Much to my chagrin, I don't love having to have half pieces, so like annoying. So then I think this is how this goes. I haven't looked at the instructions. I'll bet you there's instructions right on the back of this package, and I'm just completely obliviously doing this without reading the manual. Okay, let's try to put this back on with these staples in. Okay, hold on. Am I doing this wrong? Oh, there aren't instructions, so it's not even me. I'm not even the problem here. Okay. Think about this. So would it make sense for them to go down there, or would this possibly pull out or push out? Or this might go down? Okay, so that does go down. I feel like, hold on. Does this push in? Oh, look, here we go. Okay, this is where the faulty staples go, probably. How does this go back on? Why am I like this? Struggle video, struggle video. Do you have to push this way? Oh, geesh. There it goes. Okay, that's back on. Now, this comes out. The staples go on here, maybe? Go behind here, like so. You probably could use a whole one. Or they go, no, they go in here. Yeah. Yay! Okay, where did I put the staples? Over here. Let's take, okay, these are waste. Sorry, environment, those are waste. Where's the other half of that? Did I put it away? Where did you go, little friends? There they are. Okay, so I think you could put like even maybe 2 of these in. If I'm doing this right, I might not be. They slide in there. Then this slides behind them, under them, under them. Okay, wait. Okay. This is upside down. Okay. Oh my gosh. Why? Do I have too many? Okay, let's try just the little one again. Okay. Then I guess this slides back in here. See, this turns. That's kind of an annoyance. That turns. Why won't you fit? Do you fit? Oh, you fit this way. Okay. Then this has to go down and it has to hook in there. There we go. Oh my goodness, I did it. Now let's try it. Voila, staple. We did it. Okay. That was unnecessarily complex. There we go. Now go back in there. Struggling. Why? No. There we go. In. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay, done. So now I can keep this right in my little basket over here that I grab things from constantly. Oh, we still have more staples. Why? Those are going to go in there too. Then this little kit will go over here until I decide when and where and why I want to use it. Now I'll set these tags over here because they're going to be a part of this calamity that I'm making. So let's work away on this now. Okay, where'd my glue go? Here it is. So yeah, we took a really nice walk today at the graveyard, and we saw my groundhog friend that we see these, so I have no idea why, and it's actually kind of funny, but the graveyard that we go to, there's like a population of groundhogs that live there, and like they burrow right underneath like a lot of different headstones. So I don't know if there's a secret life that groundhogs have, but maybe. But yeah, they're really funny to watch. They're very relaxed little guys if you just kind of keep your distance and watch them. They're really nice to watch. And they have this like great network of different holes in many places all around the graveyard, so you could see them pop out like in all these different places. And so we were watching that little guy, and then we noticed that there was just a ton of wild strawberry plants, like wild strawberries growing all over the place. Like, it's amazing. And so my daughter ate like a ton of wild strawberries. They were growing just on the ground, and like, you know, probably from birds, right? Because birds come along and they eat strawberries, and then they travel around and they do their business, and the seeds go back into the ground, and you know, that's how we propagate plants and how animals contribute to all that. So yeah, that was nice. We had lots of nice little strawberries that were very yummy. And we got some dinner and some nice cold drinks because it was a very hot day. Well, it wasn't very hot. It was just kind of sunny. It just got a little hot because we did so much walking. But yeah, it was a beautiful night. And we saw, unfortunately, we have a real problem right now with gypsy moths and the caterpillars. They're just evil. They are stripping a lot of the trees right now, and actually graveyards are somewhere that, you know, well, that's where I notice because I go to, you know, graveyards a lot, so to walk. So they are really causing a lot of havoc. And so tonight the arborists were at the graveyard, and they were actually unfortunately cutting down a large Norway spruce. So that was sad to see, but I mean, it was also kind of nice, like to watch, to show my daughter, like, you know, what the process of cutting a tree down looks like. And it was pretty cool to just watch the whole big tree get cut into pieces and then fall down. Like, it wasn't a huge tree. It was probably about maybe a 12 to 16 inch diameter. Like, it wasn't, you know, an old growth tree. I mean, any tree loss is really not nice, but like, it definitely needed to go. It was very much diseased. It had been completely stripped, and when the tree fell, like, the entire like sleeve of bark came right off of the log of the tree. So you know it had a major problem because it had disconnected completely from its bark. So it was interesting to watch and to show them like how, you know, the tree gets cut down, and to talk about like, you know, why do we cut down trees, you know, when they're diseased, and just that it keeps the area safe for people who are walking. And so it's kind of a nice lesson to teach kids, and also to just talk to them about like native animals, like bug species, and how introduced species can really wreak havoc on our ecosystem. And so that was kind of a nice little lesson that I got to teach. So this it's an illustration from these books on different kind of like industry in the 1800s, and this one is about mining. So this is actually a mining shaft, but I just like the overall background, so I'm actually going to take the bottom off with the miner there, and I'm just going to use the top piece because it's kind of more aesthetically nice. But yeah, we saw the tree come down, and then they wood chipped the whole thing. They left a few logs in the graveyard because they do that. They allow some of them to just naturally decay, which is really nice because it makes the graveyard overall like a more environmental kind of place with the natural degrading, like the logs degrade and they grow mushrooms and other plants, and often a tree actually naturally sprouts right in the space where that tree was. Like what I've noticed about a lot of the trees that die is that a new tree like uproots right in the tree itself, so it's kind of nice. So I want to put something on this, and I'm trying to decide what, like maybe a person or people. I don't know. Let me look at these printouts. So these are all things that I printed last night. I've got so much stuff I need to sort through. I printed some of these. These are grunge papers. I forget who sells those on Etsy, but it was somewhat, I think maybe Digital Hobby Helper those came from. Okay. And I printed those actually to be like backgrounds in another project that I'm working on. There's a bunch of different kind of grungy backgrounds, so I just need those for another project I'll be doing soon. They're kind of cute. Maybe. Yeah, let's try it. If not, I will have Fussy cut out another little set of people for my Ephemera Folio. So I was looking for little like Tim Holtz people tonight because I don't actually own any of those, and I think I want to get a few of them. But they don't carry them at Michael's anymore, so I'm just going to have to find out where to buy them now. In Canada, we don't have a whole lot of options for like creative kind of paper, craft, and art stores. We've got Desserts, which is mostly an art supply and kind of like they also cater to a lot of kits and craft, like kind of like kids stuff, and they dabble in all different types of craft and stuff and art, but I use them for like my fine art supplies. Like I buy a lot of that kind of stuff there, like things like gesso and gel medium and paint and brushes and, you know, professional quality things like Posca pens and so on. But there's Desserts, which doesn't really carry a lot of those kind of products. They might carry a few Ranger products like possibly Distress Ink, but they don't carry a lot of that kind of thing. And then we've got, of course, Michael's, which is like, you know, your all-around kind of domestic craft store. And then we have Curry's Art Supply, which I haven't really been to one in quite a while. I don't know if they carry like paper art supply. I don't know. But they're mainly fine art supply. Like I used to go to them a lot when I was doing art school kind of stuff. Buy a lot of my stuff there. And I think that's kind of it. Like other than like if you've got a independent store, which there's a few, like I know of one that's within a not too bad driving distance from me that's actually a scrapbooking store. So they might have that kind of thing, but it's also, again, hard to say. So I cut them out. I'm just trying to decide, are they a little too big? Do I lose that entire kind of... I wonder... maybe. What if we use some of the book page? That could be cool. Keep the words. And then I'd have a little bit of space to work with to move these people around. Whoops. Let's do that a little bit straighter. No. Hold on. We have to thicken this page. Thicken it up. It's going to tear if I don't put another page. This is an old book, so these book pages are sort of not reliable. That's why I back all of them in another page. But anyways, yeah, those are kind of my options for like art supply and craft supply stores. So I don't know where I'm going to end up finding like Ranger and Tim Holtz stuff, if not online. The other annoying thing is that like all of the big online suppliers like scrapbook.com or like any of those sites that sell like, you know, supplies that are for scrapbooking, but they're also used in journal and bookmaking. Like most of them are US sites, if not all of them. And like it makes it so that shipping can be really expensive, and often they don't even want to ship to Canada. So but hopefully soon I will be able to travel again to the US now that things are, you know, considerably a lot more under control in the US, thankfully. And I know our government, our federal government, just sort of decided that now if you have both of the vaccines, if you've got both your shots, and you travel outside of the country, you no longer have to quarantine in like this quarantine hotel situation that they had, which was, you know, important, but also really limiting. Like I think it was necessary until people have both vaccines to do that. Like it would mean if you left the country for some reason, for any reason, and you came back, like theoretically you're doing essential travel only, you would have to, at your own cost, you would have to quarantine for like, I don't remember how long. Like it used to be like 2 weeks, and then I think it got down to 1 week maybe. I don't know. And you still had to have a negative COVID swab. So it was like, yeah, it was a lot. So I would never have bothered to try to travel under those like circumstances. I mean, I didn't want to travel anyways. I'm still very leery of travel. I wouldn't get on an airplane right now. No way. I don't want to be in any trapped airspaces because we don't have a full vaccine rollout in Canada yet. Not safe yet, for me anyway. And I know that opinions vary wildly on this topic. I'm just sharing mine, and if you don't agree with me, that's completely fine. No hard feelings. This is just how I feel for my family. You're entitled to your own feelings on your family. But yeah, I've kind of got some, you know, strict rules in place about safety because I don't want to catch it. I just don't want my kids to catch it. I want to be really careful. I've had enough health drama for a while, I think, with the appendix. That's been good for me. All done now. Okay, there we go. So that's pretty cute. Liking it so far. What else does it need? What else does it need? Well, it could stand maybe. Oh, no, that's fine. I thought I needed to trim the top a little bit. It's good. Maybe like a piece of lace or something would be nice. Along the top, I've got this... I wonder if I could use this. I'm going to try to cut a piece of it. I never use this particular lace. It's so weird. I don't know if it would work here, though. It might. Yeah, it's like this really long, hangy, kind of weird, hard to work with sort of product. But I kind of like that drape. Like, it's cute. And then what I'll do is I will put some of my Fabri-Tac. Is everybody ready to say goodbye to this sad Fabri-Tac bottle? Because this is going to be one of its last days of Earth. It's just going to, I'm going to finish using the Fabri-Tac that's in it, because why would you waste? Then I am going to retire the bottle. So we'll just put a bit of Fabri-Tac down. There we go. Then I will glue right here we go. Yeah, I find this stuff notoriously hard to work with because of these long kind of fringes. Like, they don't really, they're not easy to cut or keep under control once you cut them. Okay, now I need to trim a little more off, so I'm going to have to deal with a couple more of these fringes. Actually, it's behaving quite nicely. Maybe I just wasn't careful enough before. Also, if you were to cut this bottom off, you'd have like tassels. That's kind of cool. So I like that. I think I'll stitch around it after the video. I'm going to just ink around it with a bit of black just to give it some color. Bit of a border. Okay. I resisted the urge to go thrift shopping today. I drove past one of my favorite thrift stores, but I was like, no, I'm okay. On the first drive-by, there were like 2 or 3 people waiting outside, and on the second drive-by, there was no one. But I was like, I'll give it a little while. I'll let all the people who are just like seriously stressed they haven't been able to shop go shopping. I don't need anything. I am not in any need of anything. I got what I needed, except maybe kids' shoes. I gotta buy some kids' shoes for my kiddos. So yeah, we finished something in my gabbing session, right? We got a bit more time though, probably about like just under 20 minutes maybe. So we could do something else. What do I want to do? You know what? I cut this out earlier. This, I think this is from the maybe Amity Bloom kit that I had, and I want to make like a, this would be like a pocket kind of, like I'd probably, or a belly band. I want to do that for these journals that I'm working on. So I don't know if I want to put something in the middle. I was thinking about some real crochet. I'm going to see if I have anything here. Sorry about that. I just paused for a minute so I could actually find it and not make you sit and wait for me forever. So yeah, I was thinking about using some real crochet with this. So I have this little scrap here. I was thinking just like maybe, yeah, like 4 pieces of it. Okay, so maybe like something like that, and then something to go over the top too, because it just looks like it needs, I don't know, it needs something. What would that something be? If I were to put that on there, what would look nice here? Like something like a yo-yo, or I don't have any, I don't think I have any yo-yos. What would I have? This is becoming a project here. What do I want to do with this? Maybe it doesn't need anything if I just put this a little bit lower. Yeah, I think I like that. Unless I used a bit of maybe lace on top or something. Actually, I like this. Hold on. Okay. Maybe. Nope, don't like it. Nope, nope. This just isn't going to work right now. I'm going to move on. Cancel. Do something different. Sorry for the backtracking. Okay, so these are images of processing wool workers, wool work, you know, wool. So the wool workers craft and showing their machinery. I have like a kit that this would go with for a journal that I'll make in the future, but not right now. So I'm just going to throw it back in the pile. Okay, so now this one. Wild strawberries. But we'll use this deer. Okay. There we go. And then let's see if there are any words that we like. Some wildflowers are useful and some are good to eat. Find some wild strawberries if you really like a treat. From flowers we can make perfume, spices, oils, and wine of poisons, dyes, and medicine, and teas that taste just fine. I think I'll keep this little phrase. I actually have a book I'm working on that this would be really nice in. Here it is. There we go. So I'm just going to throw it over there so I have it with my stuff. Then maybe we will recycle a little more of this. Wild plants and flowers. And I'll put this in my trusty little jar here of words and things I'm keeping. Then maybe this one, leaves to make tea. I just like any little phrases that sound very cozy. I think cozy or woodsy or any of those things. Okay, that's all we need. Now let's do something with our dear friend here. There we go. And I'll probably take that page number off because it just kind of doesn't need to be there. Okay, so let's glue it down on something. This is too small. I have a couple pages of this left. Have to find more pages of my bigger book. I'm running out of bigger books. I'm not running out of them, I'm just have to pull more pages out of them. So I'm hoping that maybe early next week I can do some donating to thrift stores. I have so much stuff to donate. We've just sort of been boxing it up and putting it in the garage, and children's clothes, and some of those books that I got from when I bought that entire palette of books, they're just like these like big huge books that are sort of like I have like a whole box of them. They're like old Canadian law cases, and I mean, they might be worth some money, but I just don't have the time or the patience to list them all. I find like it's just a lot of work to deal with it on Facebook Marketplace, and then to have to like wait and deal with people too to try to like organize them picking things up. Like I find, you know, I can make things so easy for people, like contactless pickup, tell me when you want to come, but I've had so many people to just make that so difficult for no reason. I don't know why. But it's like definitely a thing. Some people are great, but like every now and then the whole experience devolves into total frustration for me. Like people say they're gonna come and then they don't come, and then I have to keep like dealing with messages, and it's just a lot. So I don't know. I feel kind of here nor there about Facebook Marketplace situation. So this is a big nice label from a page of labels from the paper Cameo on Etsy. I really love her style of things. I'm really into labels and stuff right now. I've purchased a couple of nice label digitals. I actually printed out a few of them yesterday. Some are from Saturday Stamper on Etsy, and her labels are really nice. And then I got some other ones. Maybe I can show you. Let me be talking here. I forget where I got some of these though. I'll show you the Saturday Stamper ones. So this is Saturday Stamper, and they're like these nice little labels, and I'm going to cut them up and put them in my that like basket of little bitty things that I have. And then oh, there's another grunge paper I need for another project. And then I have, I forget whose labels these are, but they're really cool. They're like little ephemera kind of pieces, little tickets and stuff, little vintage kind of cards. And I'm sorry, I don't know whose these are. That's tragic. I don't know. That's why it's good to put like your little signature on things, because you know, people like me who forget everything. Okay, so let's pop that label down. This here, and then maybe some words. Do I have any good words in this little thing? We have all the wild creatures. That's fun. Let's do that. Speaking of wild creatures, so I am working on a few things right now. So I've got a custom journal underway for someone. I've got a design team project that I need to finish for my July release the Craftin' project that I'm just getting started on now, because I lost a little bit of time like when I was, you know, recovering. Then I've got these 12 summer flea market traveler's notebooks that I'm working on this ephemera for. But then after that, I'm going to be doing where the wild things are. So if that interests you, that's what's coming. Okay, so hang in there. It won't be too long. I have like deadlines, so these things don't carry on for too long. Wonder if a little bit of this might be nice on here. Yeah, it would be. Also, this thing is so long. Oh my goodness, I've got it in my, so I don't know if you know this, but I have kind of this big like mound of different trims and laces and ribbons and things, and it's gotten a little out of hand because some stuff on it, it's just way too long and it's touching the floor, and I don't like that. So we got to work on using some of those ones. Yeah. Okay, so thinking just kind of like across like that could be really nice. And what I'm going to do, I'm gluing myself to this page. Goodness. I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac, and I'm actually just going to stick it on the paper itself, because that trim can be so hard to glue on. Oh, this poor bottle. It's like, please retire me. It's so hard to use because like the air, there's a hole in it, and so the air is always like not going the right, it's not creating the pressure the bottle needs to get the glue out. So okay, so we'll just kind of follow this glue trail here with this kind of carefully. I should be using my spatula to do this because I hate getting Fabri-Tac on my fingers. Ugh. That stuff will just bite your skin off. It's terrible. It's like, it's terrible, but it's also really great glue. Okay. Trim these little bees. Then we have this, and that's kind of fun. I'm going to use a baby wipe to just clean up the little excess of the Fabri-Tac here. A little bit. Because it is like a shiny glue, and it's nice to just get those little bits off. Here we go. Oops. Then I need my, whoops. grunge this up a little. I'm going to stitch around it. Actually, I think before I do that, I'm going to, did I back it? No, I should back it first. Backing paper, not big enough. There we go. I'm going to make it a little bit of an early bedtime tonight. Oh my gosh, I had the most beautiful experience last night. So I think I mentioned I had to go to my office where I did a little bit of printing. I had to do something in my office. Well, there's these people who they work for a company that does like cleaning of corporate offices, and so when I came in, like our office, like not a lot of people work in there, just kind of the essential staff that have to go in, and they have to have access to like our labs and things. So like we really limit who's allowed to go in there. So there are people who go in. So as a result, they do have to do kind of some sanitizing of surfaces and that sort of thing beyond normal cleaning. So the people who do the cleaning were there last night when I got there, because it was like after the workday, like around probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. And so when I came in, there was this guy, like he had this cool like sanitization kind of vacuum thing on his back, and he was like, I don't know, he was like cleaning this like the floor with this thing. It was really cool looking. So I said hi to him as I came in and, you know, did my thing. And then as I was waiting for some stuff at work to get finished, I saw this little girl outside and her mom, and they were like teaching her to use a scooter, and I saw her fall down and I was like, oh no, poor little baby. But then as we were coming out, my husband had our kids in the car because we had done a couple of errands and stuff, and so when we came out, the cleaning people were loading up their car. I just found all these things that I need to use. Oh goodness. They were loading up their car to get going home from like their cleaning work. So my son somehow, like, he saw their car parked in the distance, and for whatever reason he just like started to just boot toward their car, and I was like, where are you going, child? And so I walked with him, and then the little girl, she saw him, so she wanted to get out of the car and see him. And so, like, let me be clear here. I have not had my children around any other children, nobody, for like, I'd say, well, in the summer of 2020, my children got to play, well, yeah, my kids got to play with, my daughter got to play with kids, like 2 kids, at a beach a couple of times, and that was pretty much the last time that we've seen any kids, and it sucks, to be honest. So that being said, then my daughter came running over, and she was like all excited to see this little girl. So you know, I kept my distance from them, but like the kids just kind of wandered up to them, and, well, honestly, fast friends is what they became. My daughter and the little girl immediately just kind of connected, and the little girl is 2.5, and they just really clicked. They were like holding hands and running around and playing with each other. And so, you know, I was kind of like having a panic attack for a minute, but then I stopped and I talked to the parents, and so I've been kind of like hoping we could meet someone who has children that we could form like a bit of a bubble with. I mean, your bubble is only as small as everybody in your bubble, right? What all their interactions are. So, you know, these are the kind of conversations that we're going to have now, which it sucks, but it's necessary. So she was amazing. She's like, oh, so yeah. She's like, you know, are you okay with the kids? You know, she's like, this is the first time my daughter's been around anyone in a long time. And I said, me too. And like, they were starved for the friendship. Like, we could both tell that the kids were like, you know, please, you know. So we both just decided that it was okay, that they could play. We kept our distance, you know, as adults. They also have their first vaccine. They are very, very careful because she has a dad who is a senior and he also has diabetes. So they don't really do much of anything because they're trying to protect dad. And so I said, okay, you know, we kind of talked about like, what are our risk factors? And I felt so comfortable with that conversation that I was like, this is really good. So we actually exchanged information. So, you know, in the future we can have little play dates and stuff as we both get, you know, all of our vaccines and we evaluate everything. And it was so good. I am so thankful for that experience for my daughter. Yeah, she really had a good time and I feel good about it. So it was very kind of out of character and unexpected, but I'm happy about it, to be honest. I'll go just put a little label there. And I was talking, but I used a little bit of those rub-ons. I really like those. Just kind of trying to make this a little more interesting. Then, do I have anything else that I'd want to put on here? Any little interesting thingies? Let me look at my little tray. I might not have enough stuff in here yet for it to be too interesting. I've got this. I'm like looking for like maybe something that's like a circle. This might be kind of neat if I tore it out. Yeah, so they had a really good time last night and that was nice. So we got home a little bit late. Sorry, I had to change batteries. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to go to bed a little early tonight because I'm very tired and so is my husband. So it's just going to be an early kind of night. So I'm just going to ink around here. And then I'll stitch around that and that will be done. Okay, so I think that is all we can do tonight. But we finished a couple of things and, you know, we got to share a little bit of stuff and that's good. So yeah, that is more ephemera for the ephemera box. I'm excited. So thank you for joining me. And I will probably be back at some point this weekend with my wrap-up video and maybe something else, we'll see. So until then, have a lovely weekend and I will talk to you in the next video. All my social media info is, as always, down below in the description box. Have a great day.